Because what we're trying to do is stand up for the basic rights of humanity. And that's what we're trying to do, and we're trying to do it in a peaceful way. We do not want to go through this anymore.
I feel that we are in the midst of the most critical period in our nation.
I wouldn't suggest that they vote for any party or either party. I would suggest that the so-called Negroes become politically mature, realize the power that they hold in the field of politics.
If one does not engage in the ongoing work, when such a moment arises, we cannot take advantage. We will have to be ready to shift gears and address these issues in different arenas, including, of course, the electoral arena.
Today we come before you, walking on the road to jobs, the road to peace, the road to justice, paved with the blood, the sweat, the tears of labor movement people from around the nation.
We have a moral obligation, a mission, and a mandate to empower all of the American people, not just a select few. We must do what is right, what is fair, and what is just.
I want to be able just to be free and not have to think about every step I take. Because at the end of the day, being black is a crime.
Black Lives Matter, put a fist in the sky, yo!
Wait, so then I told that white boy to get out of my face with his Black Lives Matter theory.
Wait. You're telling me this guy actually thinks Black Lives Matter is a front for the LGBTQ movement?
Bruh, if I'm lying, I'm dying.
Oh Lord, help us all.
Think I'm gonna have me another drink.
Never have I met a man that I despise so much.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's interesting to say the least.
I can't wait to vote his ass out of office.
Me too. I'm assuming y'all voting for the other person.
Damn Skippy.
I mean, I'd be alright with him getting elected again.
Excuse me? After all that man has done in office?
I didn't say I'd vote for him.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying another 4 more years can only help us.
Help who?
Black people.
Please don't tell me you actually believe he supports HBCU.
I didn't say that.
And please don't tell me you believe that black people love him the way he say they do.
Absolutely not.
So why say something so ridiculous?
All right, hear me out. We all know who his opponent is, right? But is he any better for us?
Are you kidding? Yes. This country would be so much better with him instead of him.
Black people too.
Yes.
See, I don't agree with that.
How? Since he rigged the election, more white supremacy groups have come out.
He's been accused several times of sexual harassment.
There's even a warrant out for his arrest.
And let's not even discuss his racist ways by appointing people who don't give a damn about anyone but old white men.
And I'm not disputing any of that.
So why would you be okay with another 4 years?
As much as I despise that dude, at least I know where him and his fan base stands. They don't like me, and I don't like them. With the other guy, he can say he likes us, but I'm not sure if he does or not.
I don't understand.
It's hard to explain.
Well, you need to try to find a way to explain it.
All right. Okay, look what he said about integrating schools.
This was posted in the 70s.
And this is a few years after Malcolm and Martin's assassination. Don't let them black and white photos fool you. My grandma was a part of the Little Rock Nine, and she's alive and breathing.
So you don't believe people can change?
I never said that, but I've done my research, and the other guy's also been accused of sexual misconduct. And don't even get me started on him questioning my blackness if I don't vote for him.
Yeah, that was cringeworthy.
Exactly. Who is this old white man to question me about my blackness?
But hasn't he apologized for that?
Sure, but how many times does one have to apologize before we realize they are only looking out for the black vote and not the black people?
And I get that, but we need him out of there ASAP. Wouldn't you count that as a win for us?
No.
But why?
Look, every election season we get the same false promises from different politicians, only to be pushed to the side as soon as they get into office. They put on the same face, do the same dance, sing the same songs, only for our people to always end up with the short end of the stick. Hell, the 3-strike rule was invented by a guy we consider black because he had an affair in office. Look how low our standards are.
But one president can't dedicate his entire campaign to a group of people.
I get that, but that's something I'm not willing to budge on anymore.
Charles, can you talk some sense into your frat?
I'd rather not comment.
And why not?
Because I didn't vote last presidential election.
You didn't vote?
Nope, and depending on who the third party is this year, I'm probably not gonna vote again.
Why the hell not?
Because I didn't believe in any of the candidates then, and I damn sure don't believe in them now.
Our ancestors fought and died so we could vote.
No, they fought and died for us to have the right to vote.
Agreed, brother.
Shut up, Malcolm.
I'm not wasting my time or vote on anyone that don't give a damn about me as a black man.
And now this idiot's in office.
And that's my fault?
Absolutely.
Not.
How is it not?
Circling back to why I'm okay with this guy doing another 4 years is, this country needs to understand what we've been trying to say the last 400 years. So if anything, thank you, Charles.
Charles, how do you expect change if you're not voting for the president?
By teaching every student I come into contact with. By telling them the stories these textbooks refuse to share. We have a Know Your Rights program after school, and we're feeding the homeless every weekend. I expect to see the change by being the change.
But voting still determines a lot of lawmaking decisions in the country.
And yet here we are in 2020 with an amendment in favor of legalizing slavery if it fits as a punishment.
By lawmakers who we vote for.
Look, I'm sorry, Tiana. I can't vote for the lesser of two evils. It's still evil.
My thoughts exactly.
Y'all have lost it.
But think about it. Before this guy, it was hard to voice the racism and injustice the United States have benefited from. Now, even white people are tired of white folks' shit. Again, I'm not going to vote for him, but I can see the silver lining. Maybe we'll actually be free one day.
And freedom is what we all want.
Charles, I just want to know why. With voter suppression happening in our neighborhoods, how could you not see how important this is?
I understand that, and I still vote local. It's just the person I wanted to win the election got rigged out. After that, I just lost my faith in the system.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them in office as well.
Anybody that marched during the civil rights era can have my vote.
I know that's right.
It would be nice to have options other than old white men.
Girl, speak that truth.
You know, I think we all have a responsibility here.
Yeah, we have to go with our best judgment.
No matter the affiliation.
By doing our own part.
I think there's a better question that needs to be asked. What are you doing to see the changes that you would like to see?
I keep hearing voices. Don't you hear them? I keep hearing voices. Voices down deep in my soul. Voices vibrating the blood running through my veins. Voices refilling my coffers of hope and determination. Don't you hear them? Voices like that of James Chaney, Mickey Schwerner, and Andrew Goodman encouraging our people in the Deep South to get registered to vote. Come on, don't you hear them? Voices like that of John Lewis saying freedom is not a state, it's an act. It is not some enchanted garden perched high on a distant plateau where we can finally sit down and rest. No. Freedom is the continuous action we all must take, and each generation must do its part to create an even more fair and more just society. These voices, don't you hear them? These voices day in and day out giving me the courage to rise up and keep fighting. Voices like that of Maya Angelou saying, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air, I'll rise. Voices like that of C.T. Vivian challenging the system saying, if we're wrong, then why don't you arrest us? We're willing to be beaten for democracy. You beat people bloody in order for them not to have the privilege to vote. I hear the unsung commanding us to use our privilege right now to vote. Don't get it twisted. Our economic power, like our fight for social justice, is tied to our political power. The voice and vote of one is what the oppressor adores. But the voice and vote of the collective sings like a mighty roar. Don't you hear them? Don't you hear them? These voices are telling me now is the time we must raise our collective voice to be heard, like the thunderous sound of the footsteps marching across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Now is the time to stop allowing these fraudulent and unjust systems of healthcare, banking, education, and housing, and like the others, to keep us oppressed, to keep us second class, or to rob us of our hope and joy. These voices, like that of Fannie Lou Hamer, is telling us now is the time where people have to get together and work together. I'm tired of the oppression that white people have inflicted on us and still try to inflict. These voices like that of Killer Mike, is telling us now is the time we must plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize. Now is the time. We must vote, we must vote, we must vote, 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 vote. Guess what? I hear these voices coming.
Who'da got that cheese? I do this for the city. Tell me what you see in me. I got places to see. I love scenery. I'ma leave my mark on everything. Say you'll remember me. There's only time to tell if you really believe in me. Life a roller coaster. Don't say nothing you don't mean to me. I got places to go. I love scenery. I'ma leave my mark on everything. Say you'll remember me. Cause only time will tell if you really believe in me. I done came up, used to be down, really was lost, now that I'm found. I plan on putting my feet to the ground, doing my part to get back to my town. Dealing with pressure you don't understand, never fit in but you feel you the man. Most of your life that he lived in a can, man at the world and wanting revenge, but that didn't help. While you complaining, you gotta get up by yourself. People less fortunate made it all happen and they never scream, they quiet as kept. Imagine the speed, running through life like it's easy. I had a choice when I got the voice. I realized it's people who need me. I wasn't greedy, I put a hold on Tahiti. Shout out the brothers who winning in hoops, praying for brothers who live as a troop. No matter the work, we all gotta work for a better tomorrow. It's done as a group. Yeah, none of my people can stoop. Yeah, I need an uncle like Snoop. Yeah, cannot get caught in a loop. They judging our color, they give us the boot. This kind of life is hard to repeat. This kind of life is not for the weak. Nah, my brother got lost to the streets. He was forgotten a week. All of this going on got me fired up. My level been hitting its peak. Staying strong till it cease. But God, we praying